Say something else that I could segue onto the next topic.
CGI.
CGI. Speaking of CGI, that was shit, Kyle. No, let's go again. Something else, please.
Eagly from Peacemaker is CGI.
Speaking of CGI Eagles, we got a new one in the teaser for what
I
is
thought
it?
that was very good, making it up on the spot.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I knew this film was coming. I knew there was doing a Planet of the Apes.
I only knew recently.
I did not know it was coming this quick. I believe this is coming out in 2024. We're getting a trailer tomorrow. So we might even just do a solo video on that trailer tomorrow if we watch it, because I think me and Kyle are both pretty big fans of the Planet of the Apes franchise. But what's,
I don't want to say that I am, but I feel like I'm a bit more fan of it than you.
I think you are.
I just love all three movies. They are each in their own, like, they feel like their own genre kind of
they're
thing.
great in their own way. But what's your favourite?
Ooh,
Rise, Dawn, or War?
I love Rise for the origin of it. I just
Yeah.
have like fond memories of watching that film when I was a bit younger. Dawn, I remember that just living up and exceeding the hype I had for the film. And then War was a bit of a slow burner, but still,
Yeah.
it was just like crisp. But the more I watch War, the more I appreciate it, the more I love the film. So it's like,
Woody Harrelson's fucking great in that.
yeah, if I'm wanting something a bit more, if I want some action packed, I go with Dawn easily. I mean, I don't want to say it's the best one, but I think it's each film. I think I see equally, because you've got Rise, which is like a bit of a nice heartfelt story, and then
Heartfelt.
like for the end, yeah, huh?
Heartfelt.
Yeah. Why would I say?
You did say heartfelt. I don't know if it's heartfelt. It's like a lot of depressing shit happens in it, like a virus that wipes out mankind.
I'm on about, but I'm on about like his dad and stuff, and he's trying to save his dad, and
yeah, I suppose
he's growing up, and he's raising, Caesar, and Caesar's like, he's just learning how to fit in, and he doesn't, so he makes his own thing towards the. That's what I'm saying. Towards the end of the film, it then just kicks off, and then it's like, oh, this is it. So, and then obviously in Dawn, it really gets into the nitty gritty of the little post credit scene that we had. Like, it really sinks into that. And then obviously with War, it just deals with like a really beautiful revenge story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So each film feels like it's its own individual thing, but it all just beautifully, the story all beautifully just seams through, and it just follows. Oh shit! It all just follows.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Oh fuck! We need like a little caption thing that we can do where it's just like, oh shit, in the middle of the screen. That'd be pretty funny. Anyways, I love all the films. With a fourth one, I was kind of happy with how War ended. If they don't want to do anything further, fair enough, whatever. This film now, if they're gonna do this, it needs to at least do the thing of like, oh, an astronaut lands on Earth. It follows that story a little bit, because they did tease that the astronauts got lost in Rise of the Planet Apes, which is the first one, the first one in this trilogy. So if it does that and it follows through with that, I'm all down for it. If it's about an astronaut that's crash landed, and he's a man out of time, I am so down for that. The issue I'm facing is just I trusted Matt Reeves with this, and he did it beautifully. Obviously, the first one was
directed. You know what? I fucking completely forgot Matt Reeves did what, Dawn and
War.
War, yeah. Completely forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's why I was excited for the Batman, because I was like, I love these films. Can't wait to see what he does with the Batman. So, yeah, I've wanted so much more out of like the aftermath of Planet of the Apes. I bought a comic from my local comic shop, and
you can't fucking read.
I I enjoyed it, but it was only little tidbits. But it's connected to that universe, but it's only like small little bits, you know, little sub stories that don't really mean anything.
Yeah.
So there were good stories, don't get me wrong, but I want like to see the next chapter and what happens. Obviously, you've got Cornelius. Was that Cornelius in the trailer? I fucking hope so. The only thing is, then it's like, oh, we're not going to see Maurice. Maurice is kind of going to be like an off-screen death, which understandable if that's Cornelius.
I'm pretty sure Cornelius is when I were checking the cast earlier, someone was listed as Cornelius.
It's probably the ape we saw in the trailer then, because you know at the end of the film, at the end of War. Oh, my mic cut out.
Yeah.
Cornelius was the only. I'm just gonna make sure that's plugged in. Cornelius was the only living relative descendant of Caesar. Obviously, Caesar's his dad,
Yeah.
and obviously you had. I feel really bad forgetting the other brother's name, the one that gets killed. Sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen it. Go watch. If you haven't seen it though, I must say, please go. Just if you've got like a weekend off, it's raining outside, you're looking for something to watch, binge through Planet of the Apes.
And you've got from every category on Pornhub.
Oh, fucking hell. Or,
completed it, mate. Twice.
Order a good pizza, sit in, relax, watch all the Planet of the Apes films because they are all just magnificent. They're all like the story and everything. It's one of my favorite franchises ever. I don't think it is one of my favorite franchises ever. I've not seen the originals, the OGs. They don't really appeal to me, you know. I will eventually watch them, but for me, when I talk of Planet of the Apes, this is what I talk about.
Yeah, no, definitely. You damn dirty apes.
Malfoy from Harry Potter, first one. You know, the blonde kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you excited for this anyways?
I am very excited for this.
Got to be an IMAX though, hasn't it? It has to be an IMAX.
Like I'm like you. This is I'd say this is a sleeper franchise, where it's like, you know, when I'm thinking about my favorite films of all time and stuff like that, and thinking about great films, I don't really think about it. But then when it's in your face, you think, oh my, these films are fucking amazing. It's, you know, I don't think I'm very much in love with the last half of Rise. I think the first half's a bit slow for me, but Dawn and War.
Yeah, I get that. I get that with Rise. Just the first half, I love seeing this. They don't shy away from like just seeing the origin story, and then you go, and then because the reason why I love it so much is because you jump forward a couple of years, obviously in the sequel Dawn, and you just see the change, but it's not like he's completely changed character and he's not the same. It's like he's literally like you get to see. It's kind of like how Star Wars did the prequels. You know, you see Darth Vader, and then you see him as Anakin. It's that weird dynamic. It's the same character, but at a very different time, which is something I really love. You
know, obviously, we say I think War's great, but I think War is the right kind of slow.
Yeah,
you know, it's compared to what Rises at the beginning. The only thing I don't like about War is I don't think it should be named War, because there's not that much scrapping much. If I'm completely honest with you, that's you know, like your thingy with Multiverse of Madness is it really shouldn't be called Multiverse of Madness because they go to two realities. So you know, more realities than I've been to, but
it's not madness. I mean, you know.
So yeah, no, I'm super excited for this. I'm very interested though to see how this actually turns out with what is it, Wes Ball, the director of the Maze Runner films. Films I ain't seen because they very much fit into that teen, you know, drama sort of film that just doesn't really appeal to me. But I've heard good things about the Maze Runner films, so
I got to ask, have you ever seen The Hunger Games?
I have.
What do you think to them?
I've seen the first two.
Have you, Catching Fire is the second one, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people say Catching Fire is the best one.
Yeah, I watched the third one was split into two parts, wasn't
That's that, and that's why I didn't, because when they split it into two parts, I was like, fuck that.
it? I can't lie, I didn't really like the you know the two parts. Not because they were two parts. I just didn't like the movie. Excuse me. I just didn't really like the films. They just felt very weird. The first one, the second one, though, I think is phenomenal. Like when I first watched Catching Fire, I didn't like it as much because it felt like it deviated too much from what the original was, the first one. But the more I thought about it, I think I watched it again and I was like, this is a great film. So yeah, that's my issue. That's my not issue, but that's my just a little bit of a concern. That being said, though, I've heard the Maze Runner films are pretty good. You know, they must have clearly made money because they made fucking loads of them. Wait, did they only make three, if I'm not mistaken?
I think that got part two. No, it was.
I don't know how many they fucking made. Look, there was more than one Maze Runner. Clearly must have made money. It clearly must have been good. So, you know, if this is gonna, if Wes Ball is gonna take this on, he's gonna be filling in some very big shoes.
Yeah.
You know, I do feel confident with him though.
Hey, you
Taking
never
this.
know. He might get a Batman film after it. Although we've got two Batman franchises going right now. Andy Muschietti's doing one. Matt Reeves is doing another. Maybe not.
But yeah, we'll see. I hope this turns out well, and I'm very very excited.
We'll have a bit more insight on it when the trailer comes out tomorrow, and we can kind of get more of a gauge and more of a feel about what they're doing with it. You know, you're not going to know if a film's good or bad from a trailer. Well, there's some special exceptions for that, obviously. But yeah, I'm excited. More in this franchise is good to me. It's a franchise that hasn't been overdone as well, because the films are like, you know, there was like 2 years apart and then 3 years apart, and this is like what, 7 years since the last one. So, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Let's add this on actually.